Hey everybody, welcome back. February 26th here, and we're going to do an after the fact video on the PPP loan for small businesses, self-employed, anyone under 20. Leave it to our government to change the rules literally midstream or even in the beginning of the stream, I guess. If you remember from the last video, they opened up this priority window for any business or company under 20 employees, which includes S Corps, and I'll go over that in a second too. But what they said was that you don't have to, now you're going to be able to take a loan based on your gross receipts, not your net. And there was some news about that, and they were saying that was going to be in the works. Apparently, it's become more official. However, there's no guidance on this yet. The SBA hasn't updated anything. They're going to be working with the SBA now to update the application. Anyone who's already started in this priority window, which is some of my clients, which is extremely frustrating, is going to be stuck now with the net profit calculation, which is pretty much outrageous. Which is, again, this is all after the fact stuff, and everyone rushes, which I understand. We're all rushing to be first in line because they set up these priority windows. They tell you hurry up before the money runs out. And this is kind of bullshit, to be honest with you, but it's good that it's happening. But I really wish they would just get their act together and, roll out something that makes sense. That, we're as accountants and customers out there, we're scrambling every day to figure this out, and they keep moving the goalposts and changing the rules midstream. That's why I haven't been able to get a haircut in 6 months. It's ridiculous. So anyway, let me go through a quick video on the calculations. What does this mean now? And I'm going to show you real quick. So you remember in my last video, I just kind of covered the net profit calculations. And obviously to qualify, you have to have at least, 25% reduction or more in your revenue year over year or in any given quarter in 2020 versus 2019. Assuming that, you have a 25% revenue drop, we're good to go. I think I misspelled a couple things. So if you guys are looking at my spelling, I already know and whatever. So let's say we have a scenario one where now we're on the gross test. If you were lucky enough to wait, now you might have this opportunity to use your gross income. But I'm going to show you how, even if you take advantage of this priority window, which again, I don't even know what that means. Are they really, how much faster are they going to be? We really don't know. But let's say you have 75,000 with only 1,000 of expenses. Well, if we take it on average monthly on the 75,000, that's 6,250. If we take the average on the net, which is 74,000 divided by 12, that's 6,166. The difference between the PPP loan on the gross and the net is only $200. So do you want to wait for the first week of March until they actually update all the rules, or are you cool with just logging in, submitting this? It's only $200 difference. Okay. So those are the decisions you're going to have to make. And then obviously it's a much bigger, much bigger benefit if you're, if you have 40,000 of expenses and you're only profiting 10,000, the difference between a loan is going to be $8,000. So that's big. So if you are a customer, Schedule C, single member LLC, independent contractor that maybe sells product and you have a lot of expenses and your net is a lot lower, relative to your gross, you may want to wait. Well, you should wait actually at that point. But really, I wanted to highlight this for people who have minor expenses relative to their gross. If they want to be quote unquote first in line, it might be worth it to just get on board and get it filed and submitted. Otherwise, you have to wait another week or so for more updated guidance. So that's really what I wanted to say. And I'm also going to do a follow-up video for S Corps. I'm an S Corp. I got totally screwed. Obviously, my revenue dropped, it tanked. As you know, if you're an S Corp, we don't qualify for this. We have to do it based on our wages. Even though we qualify for the window because we have less than 20 employees, the amount of loan we can get is going to be inadequate, right? So because S Corp wages are typically a lot lower than, you're able to do the tax planning and only pay about a third or half of your net income. So where does that leave you? It's, it's really sad. It's unfortunate. And really, the reason why they're making this change on the gross receipts is because, I don't know if you all know this, but all along, even in PPP 1 from 2020, farmers were able to get loans, PPP loans based on their gross, farmers and ranchers. So that's where this is all coming from. I'm glad they're finally looking at this and trying to even the playing field a little bit. But man, it's just so little, so late. And on top of it, now midstream changing the calculations again. And what about those single shareholder S corps? I mean, my business is down 50 to 60%. What is a small W2 going to do for me? It's going to do nothing. And that's extremely frustrating. So again, it's another, I guess you'd call it discriminatory or arbitrary. Let's call it arbitrary, arbitrary guideline or arbitrary rules benefiting some and at the expense of others. So outrageous. But I'm going to do a video on the S corp. I'm going to show you how, if you're a single shareholder S corp, how to make a little extra money in Q1 and Q2 to take advantage of the employee retention credit if you qualify in Q1 and Q2, because a lot of my smaller S corps I don't do payroll for until the end of the year. Now we're going to change the game. We're going to do it in the beginning of the year. So keep an eye out for that. I'm going to publish that, if not today, along with this video tomorrow. All right. So that's all I have for now. Sorry for this kind of news if you've already started all these applications, but I wanted to get this out there so you're aware and you have a better foundation to make a more informed decision. I'll check back soon. Thanks.